Hi, I'm Chad McCoy from McCoy Law Offices. I want to take a minute to talk to you about insurance. As you might imagine, most of my clients have been injured in a car wreck, and insurance is something that's very important to them. There are three different things that you need to think about to protect you and your family. First is what's called Personal Injury Protection, or PIP. In Kentucky, the Motor Vehicle Reparations Act, which is the fancy name for the law that governs all car wrecks in the state, requires that your car have at least $10,000 of PIP or PIP protection for you. And what this does is it pays for your medical bills and your lost wages, regardless of who's at fault for the wreck. Now, the law says you have to have the minimum $10,000, but you can add more. And most folks don't know that. It's very inexpensive, and you may be able to add up to $60,000. And remember, that's going to be for every individual in your car, so you can protect yourself and your family regardless of fault. The second thing you want to check is your liability coverage. The law says you have to have at least $25,000. However, if you have a home or other assets, you're probably going to want to have more than the state minimum. I always recommend people get as much as they can afford, and remember, this is going to be insurance in case you're at fault for a wreck and somebody's going to try to sue you. The more insurance you have, the more protection of your assets you're going to have. Now finally, you want to make sure that you've got underinsured or uninsured motorist coverage. This coverage is optional, but very, very important, because it's going to protect you or your family if you're ever in a wreck and you're not at fault, but the person who is at fault doesn't have enough insurance to cover all your medical bills, your lost wages, your future medical bills, and your pain and suffering. So remember what I said about the state minimum only being $25,000? Well, that's hardly enough to cover one trip to the emergency room anymore. So having UIM, the underinsured coverage, or UM, the uninsured coverage, is a great way to protect you and your family. And if I can ever answer any questions, please feel free to contact me at 233-8385.